Look how smug this guy's face is. The best way to practice drawing? Almost a million views in a span of 4 months? No cap, period, end of discussion. Wow, such confidence. But yeah, I bought into it and I actually did it for 30 days. Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you my 30-day drawing challenge and I did it on a sketchbook. Yes, I went back to the basics. Pencil, eraser, and the good old paper on a sketchbook. How much can I actually improve based on Sam's advice on his video by doing exactly what he told us to do, which is to just practice drawing on a sketchbook. This video will show you the whole journey, and I'm gonna share with you all my thoughts, everything I learned, and even a few secrets that I discovered along the way. Hey guys, my name's RJ and I'm a self-taught artist and animator behind Studio De Laron, a channel dedicated to sharing with you everything I'm learning about art, animation, and drawing. So, without further ado, let's get started with our time-lapse video where I show you my day 1 drawings. So, I have a theme when I did this challenge, which is basically drawing heads, particularly or more specifically drawing heads of girls, because Sam does this a lot, drawing girls. But here I am kind of like doing my best to actually just draw with the reference and coming up with my own drawing at the end of each day. And this is what I did in day 1, day 2, and maybe even day 3. And I was really interested on it because even though I'm still drawing digitally, this was a really good practice to force myself to do something different. And also, one thing I've noticed at this challenge that I started was all of these things that I've been drawing one page at a time, I'm able to draw heads of girls for a very quick time. Because if you've seen some of my videos before, especially the live sessions that I did every weekend, I draw very slow. And this is one of the things that I've actually realized, that when drawing with a traditional medium, I'm being forced to just live with the mistakes that I made because each line is kind of like precious to me. So this is where at day 5 I realized that I have to draw more confidently. So I dropped the eraser and actually started to even draw with a pen. And this is what you can see in day 6 as well. So even though I'm copying references from Raichio, from Instagram, I'm doing it with a pen, and I don't know if I'm doing my drawings or the things that I'm copying justice at all, because like I'm taking notes as I draw because I want to be aware of the mistakes that I'm making, but I'm also aware that I'm not really doing it very good. And in day 7, that's also very evident when I started drawing characters from Avatar or Korra, because now I can see a lot of mistakes if I have to just look at the drawing. But this is okay because I realized that I'm able to kind of like really draw from references, but I cannot really draw without a reference. And I'm also using a lot of kind of like drawings that are very fast. So in day 9, I decided to take things slow a bit and to actually just think as I draw, thinking about guidelines and all that stuff, doing it lightly. So I went back to using my eraser to just really copy the drawing. Obviously, I got slower, but I was okay because I'm still doing some sort of a challenge over here where I draw and copy references, and at the end of it, I start to draw my own version of the character that I'm doing. And in day 10, I was very much influenced by the style of modern day James, and I applied that to my drawing. And I actually copied some of his drawings in day 10. And in day 11, I kind of like retained some of the things I've learned by drawing his drawings So I applied it in my own one. So the thing is, from day 12 moving forward, I started to actually draw from memory. And my setup at this point is basically this. I'm drawing from digitally beforehand. I'm drawing it during the day, and at night I'm doing this challenge. So I have a little bit of practice drawing these characters during the day because I wanted to just draw. I'm still drawing digitally at this point, but translating what I draw digitally on paper this time was the actual challenge. So in day 14, I'm still doing all of that and coming up with my own kind of like version of the things that I draw earlier during the day and seeing whether or not I am doing good. So naturally, I feel like I'm doing okay, but when I come up with my own drawings or poses, I still lack the skill for it. So in day 16, I decided to just go for it with regards to creating my own expressions. I started to add life to the heads that I'm creating. So I'm still drawing from memory, but adding more expression to it. So this time, I had a practice of drawing certain characters. And at day 18, I pushed that again to the limit where I start to draw characters from my memory and basically adding some more expression to it, adding more life to it. So in day 19, I actually drew Tifa Lockhart, which is one of the characters I really love from the Final Fantasy VII series, and adding more expression to this character. So I'm still drawing from memory, but I have a reference of a character and adding expression to that character. So that was my setup, and that was very interesting for me because now I can see that I have the ability to come up with something on my own using obviously a reference, but not necessarily copying a reference. Basically, I'm combining the knowledge that I have by drawing and coming up with my own pose or my own drawing or version of the drawing that I'm trying to create. At day 21, I decided to draw with a reference, but I have a reference of each head in different angles, but I added arid to it. That's what you have seen in day 10. In kind of like day 22, I pushed that and added more expression to the different head angles and drawing from memory using Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII. In day 23, I learned a lot of the shape language that you use for each phases from Rad, how to class, and I applied that in these drawings. So again, I'm basically applying all the skills that I'm learning throughout the day with all of these things, which is fun. In day 24, I am drawing characters from memory and different angles plus emotions. And again, I have some sort of a reference in the background of a character that I want to kind of like draw. And I draw them basically using the things that I've learned from the previous day, which is drawing the head from different angle plus drawing it with an emotion. So I want to improve my drawings for emotions and really push it. So in day 25, 26, and even 27, I decided to just copy a head with an emotion, and like I want to draw a lot at this point. So as you can see, instead of just drawing 4 to 5 heads, I decided to just draw like 8, like kind of like double of the amount, because I really want to add a lot of things in my visual library, right? In day 27, it's basically that I want to improve my visual library through drawing a lot of shapes and avoiding kind of like indecision as much as possible. So this is what I kind of did. And at day 28, I basically push it and just draw all the characters that I've done and kind of like put them in different head angles with different emotions and I did it without using an eraser. So I was really happy at this point when I realized that I've come a long way in the past 29 days. So in day 29 and day 30, I just decided to see if I could add the torso in. And to be honest, I probably could have done this challenge and restarted this challenge again by adding the torso. So in day 30, I just kind of just had fun with it, no pressure, created my own version of Tifa with a pose that I just copied. So by going through this challenge, I feel that I've grown a lot in terms of my ability to draw heads on different angles and having emotions to those characters and adding a little bit life to it. I'm also feeling a little bit more confident in my ability to actually draw confidently without using too much eraser, because this challenge basically forced me to live with the mistakes that I have made earlier in the first half, where I started drawing with the pen and have to see those bad drawings and realize that I have to kind of step back a little bit and start from the basics, which is drawing with some sort of a construction lines. And through that, I was able to progressively improve in my ability to draw from not only from memory but also from imagination. And I've also feel like I added a lot of information in my visual library throughout the process, which is great. But overall, this whole challenge of me doing drawings on my sketchbook for 30 days, I think this will continue, because I have to agree with Sam when he says this is the best way to practice drawing. Not only you can whip up some drawings fast, but if you consciously practice this, you're able to come up with something good when you translate your drawings into the digital medium. I'll be ending the video right here, and if you like to see more art, drawing, and animation content here on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell button, like this video, and comment down below what you would like to see in future videos of this channel. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.